Maybe you've noticed this. It starts small. You open your phone, there's a notification. Limited time, only a few left. Biggest sale of the year. Some people find themselves scrolling longer than they planned. One item becomes three becomes six. The cart feels heavier, but somehow lighter at the same time. And later that night, lying in bed, there's this quiet moment, a receipt in your email, a strange mix of excitement and emptiness. But here's what's interesting. It doesn't really feel like shopping. It feels like something else entirely. A rush, a pause from thinking, a temporary escape. And if you've ever wondered why sales hit you differently than others, stay with me. There's nothing wrong with feeling this way. Many people experience this, especially in a world that never stops offering more. More choices, more deals, more urgency. It doesn't mean you're irresponsible. It doesn't mean you lack discipline. It usually means something inside you is looking for relief, or comfort, or control. Sometimes buying isn't about the object, it's about the moment. And most people don't talk about that part. Psychologists suggest that buying activates emotional systems, not logical ones. Sales don't speak to reason, they speak to feeling, excitement, scarcity, anticipation. Your nervous system reads limited time as pressure. Your body responds before your thoughts catch up. Research shows that some people are especially sensitive to emotional cues like urgency or reward, not because they're weak, but because their emotional radar is stronger. Past experiences matter too. Maybe growing up, treats were rare. Maybe buying something once meant safety. Maybe shopping became a way to soothe stress. Over time, your system learns, feeling overwhelmed, buy something, feel better. And the pattern quietly forms. But here's what's interesting. Most people never notice the pattern. Something stressful happens, a hard day, a lonely evening, a sense of being behind in life. Then comes the coping, scrolling, adding to cart, watching the total climb. For a moment, the world feels quieter. That's not accidental. Your body just got a small emotional reward. And slowly, this turns into a habit. Not because you love spending money, but because your system remembers relief. Most people don't think about this part. They think they just like sales. But what's really happening is emotional regulation through consumption. Some people cope by working, some by scrolling, some by binge-watching, some by buying. And this is where it gets interesting. Over time, this shapes personality. You start becoming someone who chases moments of stimulation, not because you want chaos, because calm feels too quiet. Here's the shift. What looks like impulsive spending often comes from sensitivity. What looks like lack of control often comes from emotional awareness. You feel things more, so you seek ways to soften those feelings. Sales just happen to be loud about it. They offer excitement wrapped in urgency. But underneath, it's the same human need, to feel okay, to feel alive, to feel connected to something. That's not weakness, that's being human. Some people numb out, others lean in. You lean toward experiences, even when they come in cardboard boxes. People who binge buy during sales have deep emotional bandwidth. They care intensely. They think a lot. They imagine possibilities. That energy doesn't disappear. It just gets redirected, sometimes into purchases, but it can also go into creativity, ideas, relationships, late-night reflections, quiet moments where your mind wanders. You don't just buy things, you absorb atmospheres, you feel moods, you notice subtle shifts in your inner world. Shopping becomes one outlet, not the only one, just the easiest. And here's what's interesting. When that same emotional energy finds healthier paths, something changes. You start wanting fewer things and deeper experiences. Some people chase stimulation. They move from one hit of excitement to the next. Others slowly learn to sit with themselves. They look for meaning instead of motion. It's like the difference between fireworks and candlelight. Both are beautiful, but only one stays with you. Sales are fireworks, bright, loud, temporary. But meaning lives elsewhere, in conversations that linger, in work that feels aligned, in moments that don't need receipts. Some people build identity through possessions, others through understanding. Neither is wrong, but if you're watching this, you might already feel the pull toward the quieter side, the place where less feels like more, where presence matters more than packages. So maybe binge buying during sales isn't really about shopping. Maybe it's about trying to feel grounded in a world that moves too fast. Maybe it's about wanting comfort in a culture that sells urgency. And maybe noticing this is already a form of growth. You don't need to shame yourself. You don't need extreme rules, just awareness, gentle pauses, small moments of choosing differently. If any of this resonated with you, take a moment. And if you'd like more perspectives like this, you can explore the other videos on this channel. Sometimes one quiet insight is enough to start thinking differently.